Hey, how's it going? Alex here from IdeaSpot. In today's video, we are going to be using the Elementor page builder with the free version of the Kadence theme to build a very nice looking website. So in this WordPress tutorial, we are going to be combining the free version of Elementor to actually build our pages, like our home page and our about page. That's all done using Elementor, so we get all the nice, friendly design features that we're used to with Elementor. And then we're actually going to use Kadence to design our blog layout and our blog posts. So Kadence is really great in terms of designing blogs, blog layouts, and our headers and our footers are obviously going to be designed in Kadence as well. So I really like using this combination in terms of using the free version of Kadence, free version of Elementor. They really do work well together. So if this sounds interesting, then keep watching. Okay, now we are just starting with a fresh install of WordPress, and we're going to add 3 plugins to this install. So these are free plugins. You can get them from plugins, add new, and I just searched for Elementor templates, and this actually shows up the 3 that we're going to need today. So Elementor website builder, click install and activate. Envato Elements, Elementor templates, install and activate that one, and premium add-ons for Elementor, install and activate that one. Now, if you're using the pro version of Elementor, you probably won't need this one. And Envato Elements, Elementor templates gives us some really nice templates that we can base our Elementor pages off of. Now, you can use this one, or the other one that's really nice is this one, Starter Templates by Brainstorm Force. So either way, I'm going to use this one for today's tutorial, but that is totally up to you. The other way is obviously using the free templates that come with Elementor. Now, the free version doesn't give you a lot of templates. The pro version does, so you're totally welcome to use that in the pro version too, but let's get to work. Now, we're obviously going to be working with the Kadence theme today, so just head over to cadencetheme.com. You can get that for free. Just hit free download. It'll come into your downloads folder. You can install that under Appearance and Themes, hit Add New, and upload the theme that you just downloaded and choose the file from your downloads folder. Now, I've already gone ahead and done that. So under my themes, I can see Kadence is there. I can go ahead and click Activate. Now here it's going to ask us to install Kadence starter templates. Now we're not going to be using a Kadence starter template because these are not Elementor templates, so we can go ahead and close that window off. Now before we build any pages, let's go to our settings and set our permalinks. When we have a fresh install of WordPress, sometimes it's set to plain permalinks. I recommend using postname as your permalinks. It looks a lot better and it's better for SEO. So let's change that to postname and click Save Changes. Now let's add a few pages to our website. So let's head to Pages and let's add a new page. So the first page we're going to add is the home page. So just call it that home for this example. I'm going to hit Publish and there we go. I'm going to head back to the dashboard. Let's add another page here again. I'm going to call this one About. And let's hit Publish. Same again. I just want one more page. I'll just build a blog page as well. Now, these are all just going to be blank for now. We'll add content to these later. So hit Publish on that. Head back to our dashboard. Next thing we'll do now is define our homepage and our post page. So let's head over to Settings and Reading. We can do that here. We can display the homepage as a static page. So homepage is going to be home, post page is going to be blog. Let's go ahead and save those changes. All right, now comes the fun part. Let's build our homepage. So back to Pages and let's go to Home and let's click Edit. And we are going to edit this one with Elementor. So hit that Elementor button and Elementor will load up. And from here, we're going to add a template to this page. Now you can use this Envato Elements template button that we installed earlier. That was the Envato Elements plugin. That'll give us this little green icon. If you're using the pro version, you can also use that gray icon and you'll get your Elementor library. Now the free version doesn't have that many templates, which is why I installed this one. It gives us lots of free kits that we can use, lots of free individual templates that we can use with Elementor. So there are 151 free kits you can use in this plugin. Now, the one I quite like the look of is under Corporate and Business. And if we go forward one page, the one called Marketing Business. Now, have a browse around and find the one you like the look of, obviously. But for this tutorial, I quite like this one. Let's go ahead and install that one. We can click Install and then view the kit. Now here you'll notice 2 things is that we have templates in this plugin that are for the free version and also for the pro version. So you can choose the one that corresponds. I'm going to be using the free version for this demo. It's also going to say there are some requirements needed for this demo kit to work correctly. So first thing we'll do is click install requirements. And it's going to ask to install these. The only one we're not going to do is Elementor Pro because we're not going to use any of the Pro templates for this tutorial. So these 3 other ones, go ahead and click install and you'll get success messages for each of those. And then we hit close. And then for our homepage, we're going to use this Home 2 template, and they have lots of other templates you can look at as well. And we're going to be using this About one later as well. So let's go ahead and insert the homepage. So just wait for that to install. You can have a browse around and have a look at the other templates there. So there's lots of other pages that you can add to your website depending on your needs. So there we go. Our template has been imported. Now you can see there's lots of nice pre-designed content there that we can just change to suit our needs and suit our own website. So this is quite easy to do. I've covered that in earlier tutorials. It's just a matter of clicking them. I think the only thing that catches a lot of new people is that the backgrounds are done through the style menu there. So in this case, we've got a background video happening here that is from this YouTube channel. You can actually copy that and see where that's from. We load that up. We can see that we've got a woman on social media using the phone. So this is free stock footage, 4K, this channel. You can actually find lots of stock footage that we can use on our website. So have a play around here. You can actually copy the URL for any of these. So if we wanted to say that highway, for example, just grab that share link, copy that URL, go back here, pop that in there, and we'll get a new video loaded up here. So there's the highway in the background there. So I'm going to leave it with the woman. I'm actually going to use just a classic background image. I think might be better. It loads a little bit faster. I actually am not a huge fan of having background videos, but that's totally up to you. So let's go ahead and click update. And as I said earlier, most of the other content, you can customize it just by clicking on it and just changing it manually there. I will link in the description another video I did earlier where you can learn a bunch of Elementor design skills. But for this tutorial, I really want to focus on getting Kadence integrated properly with Elementor. So at the moment, we can see this header is just a standard header. I want to customize that a lot more and get that looking better. So let's go ahead back to our dashboard and let's go to our pages, and we can see our home page is now the front page and it is an Elementor page. So let's go ahead and click edit there. And here, let's actually look at the page settings. So that is this little icon up in the top right. And this is all the Kadence page settings that we can customize for that homepage. Now, let's actually have a look at our homepage. So our homepage at the moment, it's just the template that we imported, and we have a standard header at the top there. We have a standard footer at the bottom there. So let's work on changing this. What I would like to do is use a transparent header so it overlays onto the top of our first section there, and just customize that footer to make it a little bit neater. So here under edit page, what we can do with those page settings is we can enable the transparent header there. Go ahead and click update. And now when we reload this page, we can see that we have the transparent header. It is all set up. We can go ahead and hit customize on there. And from here, let's work on our header. So under header, let's go to transparent header, and we want to enable the transparent header. Now, what I'd recommend doing here is disabling the transparent header on pages and disabling it on posts as well. And we want to use a different logo for the transparent header. I'm just going to upload this logo that I made earlier under upload files. And I've got a logo here called white logo and blue logo. I'm going to just upload both of those. I'll use the white logo for the transparent header. Now, if you're wondering, I just made those on logomaker.com. I just searched for bulb and just changed the colors to suit. So I've got a white logo there. That's obviously a little bit too big. So let's just drop that size down with this slider here. And let's make a nice small, maybe let's go with about, I think 50 might be okay. And then we can go ahead and click publish. Now, all this means is when we create pages, they're going to use the default header as standard. If we want to use the transparent header, we just have to enable it through the page settings as we did earlier. So setting that transparent header to enable. Now, this avoids a few conflicts you can get later on, such as when you're using WooCommerce or other plugins that generate pages that don't look good with a transparent header. They only look good with the standard header. So I think disabling it will give you less trouble later on. Okay, now let's work on the design of this header a little bit more. So under design, let's go ahead and set our site title color. We want to change that to white. And we also want to change our navigation colors here. So the initial color should be white and the hover color can be light blue. Now this actually might be a good chance to change our global colors. We can actually see that this background uses a particular blue, so we might actually match those up. So let's go back to our colors here under general and colors. And we actually have a palette here that we can edit. So palette 1, I want to change this light blue to match this. So under Elementor, we can actually go to settings here and site settings, and we've got global colors. We can see that the global color that we're using for this background is this type of color here is the one that the template designers used. I'm going to copy that one. Let's just change that blue from our palette to that light blue there and hit publish. Now you could go ahead and set up the rest of the palette to suit your needs. Now you basically set the 2 main colors there, and then you've got 4 colors for text. So that is dark heading text, your main writing text, and you've got your more subtle text there. And you also have your backgrounds here. So you have white and a couple of off-whites. So these are the basic methods you use to set that palette up. I'm not going to go through that now. Let's get back to our design. So let's head back to our heading, and we were working on the transparent header there and the design. And the last color we had to set was the active color. So I'm going to use a soft gray for that active color and hit publish. So now we can see when we mouse over, we get that nice theme color hovering on the mouse when we hover on the menu item. What we should actually do from here is set up this menu properly. So let's go ahead and go to our menu. And we're going to create a new menu. It doesn't have a menu set up by default. So let's call this the main menu. We want this to be the primary menu, and we also want it to be the mobile menu as well. So let's go ahead and click next. And we're going to add those items that we built earlier. So we want just the home page, the about page, and the blog page. And then we should be good to go. Let's click publish. And there we've got a nice simple little menu. So that looks pretty good. I still want to work on this header a little bit more. So let's click that little pencil there. That'll take us to the main row design. And I actually want the header to be full width. So that spans the whole width of the screen. I think that looks a bit better. And I'd also like to change the logo settings a bit here. So we can click that gear icon on the logo. And I actually just want it to be the logo by itself. So I'll just click at that logo rather than having logo and title. Here's a good chance to actually change our title and tagline. So I'd actually like the tagline to be IdeaSpot tutorials and the title to be IdeaSpot. Maybe the tagline should be WordPress tutorials. So let's just change that tagline. There we go. And hit publish. There's obviously tons you can do with these Kadence headers. I've done a complete tutorial on Kadence headers. I'll put that in the description, but I'll keep things simple just for this tutorial. Let's get this site working. But our transparent header is looking pretty workable now. Let's go ahead and look at the regular header. So let's look at the blog page. We can see the header here is obviously in need of some attention. What we want to do is set up a color background and have white text and a white logo similar to our other header. So let's go ahead and select our logo. Let's use that white logo again. I'm going to skip cropping and I want to make sure that logo width is set to 50. So that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and click publish. Now to change the background, let's head back and let's go to header design. I want to change that header background obviously. So I'm going to use a gradient for this background. Let's use the blue from here, and the other color can be the light blue from our theme. I think that looks pretty decent. And I also want to change these navigation colors. So let's hit that gear on the primary navigation. I want the initial color to be white and the hover color, that looks okay as blue. I might use the darker blue. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe that's a bit better. And the active color can be slightly off-white. Let's go ahead and click publish. So now we've got a pretty decent looking standard header. We also have a pretty good looking transparent header. So now that that's sorted, let's go ahead and look at our footer. So under footer, this is fairly easy to do. Under general there, we can go ahead and just change that copyright message. I think that's all we want to do for now. If we actually look at that footer, it just says copyright IdeaSpot WordPress theme by Kadence. I think all we just do is delete that theme credit just to clean that up. So it just says copyright IdeaSpot. that is just based on your site title. So I think this is good enough for now. Let's go ahead and click publish. So next thing that I like to do is start working on the blog page itself. Now, when we first installed WordPress, we just got one Hello World post. I'm going to delete that one, add a few demo posts so we can see what the design will actually look like in a bit more detail. So let's head back to our dashboard and let's head over to posts here. I'm going to go ahead and trash the Hello World post and let's go ahead and add a new post. So I'm just going to call this one design tips and just put in some filler text here. There we go, just some filler text. And the other important thing to do is set up a featured image. So under document, featured image there, let's set that featured image. I might just use this little picture here that came with our template and set that as your featured image and hit publish. Now you can do this however you want. I'm just doing this to demonstrate what the actual design will look like. So we're going to use 4 demo posts just so we can look at what the actual layout and style is going to look like. So we've got 1 post. I'm going to go ahead and make 4 posts so we can get a better idea of the actual look and feel. So just repeating that process, I've just set up 4 demo posts so we can go ahead and continue our tutorial. So now if we actually look at our website and head over to our blog page, we can see that we've got our demo posts in there. We've got our blog page. We can go ahead and customize this blog page in Kadence Theme Customizer. So let's click Customize and let's go ahead and look at blog posts. First, we are going to change the archive layout here. Now, there are a ton of customizations that Kadence will allow us to do on our blog pages and our blog archive. I'm not going to go through everything now. I do have a full tutorial previously. I'll link that in the description on how you can fully customize this page. I'm just going to clean it up so it looks better and let's get this site looking right. So for me, I'm actually going to turn off that title. I think it will look better without that blog title there. So we just turn that title off. And the actual layout of these posts, I would like to use a 2-column layout. So let's just change that to 2 columns. I think that looks a lot better. And I actually think the content there looks a little bit messy. We can simplify that down some more. Let's simplify the meta there. We can actually turn the meta off altogether, I think is a good way of cleaning that up. But you can actually customize author, date and things like that yourself. But I think let's just turn that meta off. Let's turn the categories off and just have our title and excerpt and the read more link. I think that looks pretty good. And we could also tweak the design a little bit more. So under the design, let's have a look at the actual colors. It might be good to actually add a background color to the page. So let's look at this site background. Let's see what it looks like with a light background or a gray background or a blue background, for example. We can even use a gradient for our background. So we could go to gradient and let's choose a, let's go with blue to white perhaps. So let's go blue there and to white. I think that looks okay. I might actually change the angle. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool with the angle set to 0. So when you're happy with your design, go ahead and click publish. And let's go ahead and look at one of the blog posts themselves and do some customization. So to customize the blog posts, let's scroll back up here and we want to actually customize the single post layout this time. So I might actually clean this up again, just turn the categories off for this one and we can customize our meta as we said before or just turn the meta off altogether. So we've just got the title and the post content. We've got some stuff down the bottom here as well. So if we scroll down, we can actually look at the related posts. We can turn those on or off according to your preference. We can turn the comments off and we can actually use this post navigation. I don't mind this post navigation. I might leave that on, but you can turn that one off if you like as well. And it might be cool if we set that gradient background to match the archive layout as well. So let's go to design and let's go to our site background. Again, I want to use a gradient. I want to set that to light blue and white and set that angle to 0. There we go. So the default layout has the post overlaid on the top of the featured image a little bit. If you don't like that, you can actually go to general and if we scroll down a bit here, we'll find the actual layout. So that is just under the featured image position. So at the moment it's set behind. We can set that above if you want something a little bit more standard. I think this is a bit cleaner. And then go ahead and click publish. So now our website is actually looking pretty decent. We've got our homepage set up. We've got the blog with the blog archive and the individual post layout is all set up pretty well. We can go ahead and make posts and they will pop up in this nice style. And we can go ahead and add new pages using the Elementor template. Let's go ahead and try that now. Let's go to the About page and let's actually edit this page and just add an Elementor template to this page. So same method we used earlier. We use our Envato element kit. We're going to view that kit and we just want to add an About page. So they've got services pages, case studies, our work. They've got an FAQ, which is pretty nice, a contact page. So you can go ahead and add pages as you need. I'm just going to add an About page for this demo. So let's go ahead and insert that About To option. And there we go. The About page has imported. We can go ahead and customize this as we did with the main page. And you can see that here we actually have the standard header. If we want to change that to the transparent header, all we have to do is go back to our dashboard under pages. And again, with our About page, let's go ahead and click edit there. That's just a matter of going to the page settings there and enabling that transparent header and clicking update. So we can actually view that About page now. It'll probably help if I actually publish that Elementor page. So let's click update. There we go. And here we go. Here's our About page. We've got our transparent header. It all looks pretty cohesive now in terms of the design that we've used. So got our blogs. I think this pretty much wraps things up. So in conclusion, if you are a fan of the Kadence theme, but you still like the design methods that you get with Elementor, this is a good way of combining these two things. So Elementor for the pages, and then you are using the power of the Kadence theme to customize your headers and your blog layout and your individual posts. So this is actually a pretty nice method for beginners to build a nice looking website in WordPress. So as I said before, I do have a couple other good tutorials on Kadence headers and Kadence blog posts. So I'll pop those there, check those out, but hopefully this one's been useful too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.